Good morning, beautiful people. Good morning, marvelous people. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. Marvin LeBlanc. Okay, let's turn this around. Good morning and welcome to the Marvelous Morning Minute. My name is Marvin LeBlanc. I am a speaker, author, personal coach. Good morning, Angela. I hope all is well in your world. What city or state are you in today? Omar is in the house. Very good. Rocamp. Cleveland. Very good. Cleveland, Ohio. iSoul is here. We're going to work on the 4 questions to focus on to rock your business so that you won't be scattered, because we don't need to be scattered in today's world, right, Walt? Very good. Come on in. For those of you that are watching the replay, welcome. My name is Marvin LeBlanc. We're going to have a short scope this morning on the 4 important questions to focus on to grow your business. And as always, I have a PayPal account set up, paypal.me/Marvin LeBlanc. We accept tips and sponsorships. We also support causes such as American Diabetes Association. Those funds continue to be funded to other great projects of other authors and speakers that are also on Periscope. Love Tigga. Very good. Very good. So thank you so much for the hearts. I appreciate all of your hearts today. Keep those going. Those always are helpful. And you may have friends or neighbors, relatives, and in this particular case, co-workers that are going to need to hear these 4 questions, because if they hear the 4 questions from someone like myself who's actually not in your organization, they may be more inclined to act. So let's start with the 4 questions. Number 1, what we're talking about here is when you're with your group, what questions can we be asking so that this group can move forward in a more productive, effective way? I obviously coach groups throughout my career, and so these questions came out of the challenges of running groups and trying to grow business. Number 1, how can we reduce the scattered efforts? The scattered efforts. If you look at the business that you're in, are you feeling that there's some scattered efforts that happen on a daily basis that makes your organization ineffective and disorganized? And if you want, throw in what would be an example? Hey, ISO, what would be an example of a scattered effort inside your business? There's so many that I can name. Very good. Thank you for writing it down. How can we reduce those scattered efforts? Are we stuck in email hell? I see that a lot. Do we have people who don't show up on time? Very disrespectful. Do we have people who are given a project and there's a deadline on the project and they don't get the deadline done, so as a result the other people that's following behind them can't get their work done, so the whole project stalls? So how can we reduce those scattered efforts is question number 1. If anybody wants to write that at the bottom, please do that. Twasma Salonen is in the room, and tell us if you're new, because that's important too. How can we reduce scattered efforts? Number 2, this sounds so obvious, but I see businesses that quite frankly can't answer this question, and that is, what is the objective of our business? Number two, what is the objective of our business? You know, do we know how much revenue we're trying to produce? Yes, write down a schedule. And that's really important. Actually, last night at about midnight, I wrote down my schedule for all of my broadcasts, and all of my broadcasts this week are going to be at 9 a.m. Central Standard Gumbo time, because I'm a South Louisiana boy, and 9 p.m. Central Standard Gumbo time. So 9 and 9 is where you'll find me Monday through Friday this week. The objectives of our business sometimes are related to revenue. Sometimes it's related to increasing the number of products per company that you serve. It could be increasing the number of people that you serve. And ultimately, here's an interesting thing that sounds kind of mushy, but it's really not mushy at all, and that is your business, one of the objectives of your business, is it to keep the customer happy? You see, if you spend all of your time constantly chasing new customers and you don't keep the existing customers satisfied, you're going to be in a world of hurt. Eureka. I once looked at a business I was going to buy in Eureka, but it was Eureka, California. And Lisa Illman is in the house. Oh my God. Lisa Illman's got enough energy to make coffee nervous, ladies and gentlemen. I strongly would tell you guys to follow that little lady right there. Lisa Illman is in the house. So Lisa, what we're talking about is the 4 questions that need to be focused in on in your business. That first question is, how can we reduce scattered efforts? And then the second question, obvious to many but implemented by few, and that is, what is the objective of our business? What is the objective of our business? And this should be done in groups. And the reason is, a leader's supposed to lead, but at the same time, he or she is kind of weak of a leader if he cannot stimulate the thoughts of the group that he leads. It's just the collective group talking. What is the objective of our business? Thank you so much, Lisa. When the whole group gets together and think about these problems, it's going to be better. Try to teach your group. If you are responsible for a group of team members or a company, try to teach them, oh, there's a problem? Fantastic. Well, tell me the solutions that you've come up with. Oh, wait a minute. I don't have any solutions. No. Well, then don't bring those problems to us until you have really thought out the solutions. And it's amazing that, quite frankly, hey, Maury Wilkes is in the house. Quite frankly, those individuals can bring to the table solutions that maybe more experienced management may not be able to bring to the table. So encourage that. The other reason why you want to encourage that is all of your people are in a leadership position regardless of the title. Now, some people disagree with that, but all of your team members are in a leadership position regardless of the title. I don't run companies with a whole hell of a lot of bureaucracy. Okay, let's make some decisions. Let's answer a telephone. Let's be respectful. In my companies, one of the core values is you're not allowed to go off and be negative on a customer. You're not allowed to get into a big pissing contest going back and forth and all of that. Now, you are allowed to knock on my door, and if you want to vent about a customer experience that went bad, that's fine. But your job is to take care of that customer. We know that the customer's not always right, but you have to learn to take it, okay? There's going to be some poo-poo customers. There's only about 2 poo-poo customers in the whole world, by the way. But man, do they move around a lot, huh? Oh, Lord, do they move around. So that's question one. How can we reduce scattered efforts? Question two is, what really is the objective of our business? What the hell is it that we're trying to accomplish? The reason why that needs to be asked so often is because our business objectives are changing rapidly, especially with the whole digital revolution and e-commerce. I had somebody say, well, Marvin, what's your 5-year plan? Oh, man, would you get out of here with a 5-year plan? Man, 6 months, max about a year, but a 5-year plan? No, that went out with the management by objectives in the 80s, so no. All right, so here's number three. Question number three on focus questions that you really, really need to look at. What are the priority projects and priority processes for your group? Now, the reason I say on here priority projects and priority processes is because, Marvin, we have a manual that has all of this wording and just word vomit, and nobody reads the manual, nobody knows where the damn manual is. You might have a handbook, nobody knows where that's at. What are the priority projects? In other words, there's a lot of stuff, but let's decide what is it that we really want to focus on, and let's focus in on that. And more specifically, what are we going to do today by the end of the day? So what I like to see is, I like to see a little sense of urgency towards a goal. This big goal, the whole year and all that, no. I basically live my companies basically live 1 month at a time. We're on a race for a monthly goal. I track everything in months, and then that's how I kind of judge what I'm doing overall. But to have a whole 1 year goal, it doesn't seem close enough to rock and roll on what we need to do today. What are the priority and projects and processes? And then the last question is, what specific activities will immediately generate the bang? Now, hang on here with me. What activities will immediately generate the bang? We're not saying that these other projects aren't important. What we're trying to do is find out what projects are immediately important. What is imminent? What is relevant? What do we need to do now? Okay, so you might have a big business plan, and I'm not a guy who's a big guru on huge business plans. I think you're kind of a screwed up company. Of course, this is how I coach and teach. If you can't put your business plan on one sheet of paper, what the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing? I mean, come on. Why would you need more than one sheet of paper for a business plan? I don't understand it. I mean, I've only been doing this for 28 years. You don't need a business plan bigger than one page, okay? Keep it simple. You see, I got a sign up here that says, don't forget the divinity of simplicity. Don't forget the divinity of simplicity. See, true genius is not just people who are Mensa and smart. True genius is the ability to take a complex project or scattered efforts that we talked about, unclear objectives that we talked about, and reduce it down to the ridiculously simple so that we can have favorable results. Now that is what I call genius. So that's our message for today, is we're going to focus on these 4 questions so that when you do have a meeting, and if you go back into one of my catch blogs, replays, you'll see a great video on great meeting guidelines. And this is not a joke. When you see it, the first rule to having a great meeting is to not have the meeting. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. We don't drink coffee and BS around the water cooler and all that. We go in and have a meeting. Maybe you've heard of this guy, Gary Vaynerchuk. Gary Vaynerchuk might have 70 meetings in one day. Why? Because they last about 5 minutes. It's boom, boom, boom. Get in there, cover it, and go. If you have an effective email system, you won't even have to have the meeting. And so in one of my companies, I do have an effective email system, and in another one, I don't. And I struggle with it. But if you need to look at a collaborative email format, I would strongly suggest for you to look at Asana. ASANA. What it allows is people to not be nearly interrupted as many times over the course of a given day, so people can actually get to meaningful work. So that's who I am. As you know, I do look for referrals from successful people that are not quite selling smart. They're still working a little too hard, and they want to live longer. And so I have some of those shortcuts because I've basically made hundreds of mistakes, and so as a result, I am a resource of vast knowledge of what not to do, and then that helps companies become successful. Go figure. The other thing I want to tell you, just to kind of stimulate you to go and look over there at Catch, is there's subjects over there like the 13 rules for solid business growth. Those 13 rules for solid business growth ended up in a book that's coming out, and the reason it came from clients saying, Marvin, you know, what questions were you considering whenever you lost everything in Hurricane Katrina? So that resource is there for you. If you're struggling because you don't know where the business is coming from, I have a whole bunch of broadcasts there on better referral strategies because I spend a great bit of time working with new clients. I think I've had about 19,600 interviews over the course of my career. And then I talk a little bit about financial education and the two main reasons people fail financially. You're actually going to be surprised whenever you go over there and check me out on Catch. So this has been my marvelous Monday morning inspiration. Let's focus on the right questions. Let's do the right things today. Let's love ourselves. Let's stay away from getting too amped up with all of the crazy things that happen on a Monday. And as you know, tonight I will be on at 9 p.m. for my next blog. Heart it up, people. Just go ahead and give those. Oh, I love the purple hearts. Thank you so much for the purple hearts. Did we share? Lucky B, I know you're late to the thing, but we have a great replay for you, Lucky, on the 4 questions that you need to focus in on with your business group. Thanks so much for the hearts, girls. Just go ahead and go on up to about 4, 5, 6, 700. Go, baby, go. I love it. I love it. Did you share with your coworkers, the ones that are going to be resistant to questions because all they want to do is the bare minimum? Those people need to be shared this scope because, you know, I'm a stranger, so they might be motivated to do something because some expert that lives 50 miles away from where they live, they may listen. So I do have time for any 1 or 2 questions that you might have on how to do this, because this essentially is a group exercise that needs to happen continuously through your organization. If you do just a one and done, you're kind of going to be toast. This is the kind of thing you're going to have to continue to massage. Any questions out there before I push off to start my beautiful day in a positive way? I'm actually seeing sunshine today, which didn't come to us at all. Pecan tan didn't come to us at all yesterday, but we do have a little sunlight today. Pecan tan, you can certainly catch that replay. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate your tips and your sponsorships that you are so kind to deposit into my paypal.me account /MarvinLeBlanc to continue this cause. Thank you so much. See you later on tonight. Peace, love, and gumbo.